relations are moving forward between the U.S. and Iran. This is certainly going to be challenging those relations as Iran figures out who's going to lead them moving forward. We heard the president say about 24 hours ago this is an opportunity for people in Iran to step up and take over their government. But observers will tell you it is not going to be that simple. That's easier said than done. So what do we know about who's leading the country and who might be leading the country moving forward?
Yeah, Joe, so Ayatollah Khamenei had been the supreme leader of Iran since 1989 until yesterday. So there is barely anyone in the U.S. government who has any experience of dealing with an Iran that is not under his leadership. This is really uncharted territory. What we are hearing from the Iranian regime is that a temporary leadership council is being set up to provide governance following Khamenei's killing. That announcement was made by a man called Ali Larijani. He is the former speaker of the Iranian parliament. He's now a very senior security official, and he does appear to be the person who is most in charge at this stage following the death of the supreme leader. It appears that he will play a key role in that leadership council. He is a hardliner, but he has a lot of experience dealing with the United States through nuclear negotiations. We're hearing from him today. He's saying that yesterday Iran fired missiles at the United States and Israel, and they did hurt. Today, we will hit them with a force that they have never experienced before. Now, Joe, it does appear that Iran's democratically elected president is still alive, but that is a position without much power, especially when it comes to national security, especially when it comes to foreign affairs. So on top of figuring out who is going to lead the nation, the Iranian regime is now racing to fill all of these individual military leadership posts. As Matt was saying, Israel claims to have killed some 40 senior Iranian leaders, many of them senior military commanders, the head of the Islamic Revolutionary Guard Corps, among others. So that is a big, big void at the top of the Iranian regime that needs to be filled. In terms of the eventual process to pick a new supreme leader, there have only been two supreme leaders in the history of the Islamic Republic, Ayatollah Khamenei, the sort of founding father of the Iranian regime, and then Khamenei, who was killed yesterday. That position is usually filled by a Shia Muslim cleric, and it needs to be approved by a body called the Assembly of Experts. Whether or not that body will meet during wartime, we will see.
We thank you for watching, and remember, stay updated on breaking news and top stories on the NBC News app or watch live on our YouTube channel.